What you should be saying is, how can I maximize the return out of my $1,000 without losing it all? So will Bitcoin go up as much as Ethereum over this cycle? I don't know. Are either of these going to go to zero? No chance. You know, can I write my $1,000 off and say, I don't care, I'm going to flip it into Doge? Fine, you're just speculating. So, you know, there is no get rich quick. It doesn't work in this world. That's just pure gambling. And you might as well just go to Vegas with your $1,000. What I'm saying is it's pretty understandable risk, which is why the market is comfortable with it. What's actually going on is people expressing their fear of technology and the technology of cryptocurrencies. So when you dig into who is talking about Tether, most of them are generally people who err towards gold, value investing, things that they understood from their lifetimes to be of value. And that's okay. But what they're doing is attacking something else out of their own fear of it. I don't understand it. The world has changed. This must be all wrong. And I get it. Once you look at a psychological level, I get it. People are freaking out by technology. It's replacing jobs everywhere. People are freaking out about a fucking vaccine because guess what? It's RNA. And this is going to change the world. And it's technology. And they're scared. I get it. People are scared over AI. They're scared over all of this stuff. What is this Tesla thing? The anger about Tesla, it's fear over technology. It's fear about the thing that I knew, petrol cars, Detroit, this whole thing about car racing and what makes a man, right? That's all being tested. And then what? Autonomous vehicles? What? I'm a man. Like every man, as you know, thinks they're a better driver than everybody else. Right? So you're now questioning, what is a human's role in a car? And then you're saying, oh, and the car can make better decisions than you in how to get there. Okay, I'm not comfortable with that. Technology, this is making me feel insecure. So guess what? I hate Tesla. And people won't really even acknowledge this, but it's pure psychology. And it's only going to get worse as technology more and more exponential over the next decade. We are all going to feel scared at various points. Well, I don't understand this. I'm not comfortable with this. I remember when they cloned the first sheep in the UK, Dolly, everybody freaked out. Then 5 years later, they're cloning all sorts of stuff. And then suddenly a Chinese scientist clones two twins in China, right? Less uproar, less than there was about sheep. And slowly these things happen. I know people don't like it. I know everybody thinks this is a dystopian future. Maybe it is, maybe it's utopian, but it's not going to stop. So you can be scared all you want, or you can embrace it and try and make money from it. Because we've got one life and technological change is going to happen, whatever we think, however scared we are of it. And that applies to cryptocurrencies too. This is why everybody is freaking out. This is why the central banks are freaking out. It's not about crypto per se or Bitcoin. It's like, oh my God, we're handing the keys over to the future of the financial system to this distributed mass of people driven by a technology of which we have no influence over. Stop this, please. While the rest of us are going, actually, this is really interesting because it's a different fight now and there's a lot of benefits that we can see. This is happening everywhere. There's a couple of things that I think are important to me. One is an open mind. The issue with this space is if you decide that some network is your thing and you invest your $1,000 that you think is going to go to $1 million, you're now going to go on Twitter and every place fighting for your network. And that's good and also bad. You can fight for your network and be inclusive. I don't like the fractionalization of everybody. Everybody's fracturing into small tribes because they think it's good for their own position and for their thing, but it's a bigger picture out there. It's a big world out there. And I just don't get it why people are doing this, because they're turning people off. The amount of people who got turned off Bitcoin in the last 9 months is astonishing. I mean, I've got various points where I've just thought, you know what, I'm just going to sell my Bitcoin. I just don't give a shit anymore because this group is so toxic. And it happens elsewhere in many other tokens. And it's just not right. So that's one thing that I really observe. And the other thing I'm really passionate about in getting people to understand how to take risk. You know, because buying a small, unknown, newly issued token is not the same as buying Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin people will say, they're all scams. No, they're not. These are VC projects, some of which will be scams, as every company in every walk of life. But these are new projects. And we don't know if they're going to succeed. And that's okay. It's like real-time mark-to-market VC. And anybody who's built a business knows that your business is worth zero half the time. Half the time you think you're going to get rich, and half the time you think, oh, I'm going broke. And until it finally gets traction. That's normal. So you need to allocate according to the risk you're taking. Now, you may be the really, really smart person who really knows their space and really knows the network effects and the possibilities, and you'll take a larger bet. And that's okay. But, you know, it's teaching people how to use risk management, because so many people are into this space are new to investing. And that's cool. But just understand some basics about where to be happy to lose money and where to be happy not to lose money. And I'm not even talking about trading. I'm just like, you won't lose as much money in Bitcoin as you will lose if you get it wrong in a small token. So you don't put the same amount of money in each. And, you know, I think that lesson for people is a huge lesson. So most people, if they're really scared of something, make that fear happen. And their fear is their token is going to be looked by everybody else, and they're going to invest in something else instead, and the capital flows won't flow into their project. So then they start defending it. And then what happens is they get really toxic in defending it, and it actually stops the capital flows coming in. It's psychology. People do this all the time in life. The thing you fear, you make happen because you fear it so much. And this is what is happening in the crypto space. People are just not cool about how adoption works, which is be inclusive. If you are exclusive and call everybody a scammer or an idiot who doesn't get your particular idea, then you will only push people away, and you will increase the probability of failure. So they do the opposite. And I think that's one of the reasons why Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, because a lot of people just said, I'm not interested. Even though Bitcoin is absolutely incredible, it's like impeccable in what it does. It's faultless, but the community is not faultless, and no communities are. But if they were just a bit more open-minded and broader, like the best people in that space are, and they can still be Bitcoin maximalists, I have no issue with their view. Just be nice to people. It's not that difficult just to be nice to people and say, yeah, I get your views different to mine. You know, I kind of think that the world's going to move towards Bitcoin as the underlying for everything, and we can all be built here. It may take a little bit longer. That's a lovely way of expressing it, as opposed to, you stupid coining scammer. I mean, that's wrong.